Winter pruning is done to revitalize a plant, keep them at an acceptable size, and to give the landscape a tidy appearance in the winter and spring months. When pruning, it is important to use sharp tools and to make clean cuts. Your goal should be to remove dead or damaged wood, to remove crossing and touching branches, and to reduce the overall size of the plant by 1/3. Plants for winter pruning include crepe myrtles, vitex, roses, grasses, and paniculata varieties of hydrangeas. Do not prune spring flowering shrubs such as forsythias, azaleas, spirea, gardenia, and macrophylla varieties of hydrangeas. Roses should be cut before the plant breaks dormancy. The ideal time is February or March. All roses are revitalized by being pruned. Prune to reduce height, width, and to thin the center of the plant to increase air circulation. When pruning, remove the oldest shoots of growth as close to the ground as possible. Then, cut back the younger and healthier shoots by 1/3 to 1/2. Pruning cuts should be made at an angle 1/4 inch above a leaf bud. It is okay to start the pruning process of roses with power shears, then finish with bypass pruners to remove select stalks completely. This will increase air circulation. A well-structured crepe myrtle tree will have 3 to 5 main trunks. Competing stalks should be removed. When selecting trunks for removal, keep the trunks that are the strongest and well spaced from the other permanent trunks. This will give them ample space to grow. Cut these extra trunks as low to the ground as possible. Now, look for dead, damaged, touching branches, and branches that will grow into each other in the next few seasons. These branches should be removed. Selectively remove necessary, larger structural branches to create good air circulation. Lastly, thin the crown by removing growth that is smaller than a pencil. Making cuts that are in the middle of branches instead of cutting back to a larger branch will result in rapid new growth, which won't be able to support the height of the blooms, and they are likely to snap and break under the weight. When cutting back grasses, it is important not to cut too low or you may cut into the crown of the plant, causing damage. Cutting too low also allows water to settle into the crown, which can lead to rot and death. Before grasses are cut back, inspect the lower portion of the plant to try to identify where the crown ends. As a general rule of thumb, grasses that are less than 3 feet tall should not be cut lower than 5 inches from the ground. Grasses that are more than 3 feet tall should not be cut lower than 10 inches from the ground. Larger grasses can be cut back every year to clean and revitalize. Pruning can be done any time after the plants go fully brown, but waiting as late as possible in the winter season is okay if the winter foliage is desired in the landscape. When it is time to prune, start by wrapping a rope or twine around the outside of the plant, creating a tight column of foliage. Then, after identifying the proper height, power shears can be used to cut laterally near the base of the plant. Smaller grasses can be cut back as well, but it is okay to do this only every 2 to 3 years as they don't grow as vigorously as the big grasses. The smaller grasses are also more prone to moisture rot when their crowns are exposed by hard pruning. Instead, while wearing rubber gloves or gloves with a tacky plastic palm, the plant can be cleaned of dead foliage by running your hands through the plant. The dead pieces should come out in your gloved hands. Liriope can be cut back with shears or even a push mower set on its highest setting if care is used to not cut into the crown of the plant or cut the tips of new growth that may have begun to emerge.